The 1970s wasn't just about disco and bell-bottoms. It was also a decade where motorcycles hit new heights in performance and innovation. Some bikes from this era weren't just fast. They were rare, cutting-edge, and way ahead of their time. But what made these bikes so special? Maybe it was the screaming power plants, the limited production runs, or the sheer audacity of their designs. Today, we're counting down the top 10 rarest performance motorcycles of the 1970s. From bikes that could blow past muscle cars to technological marvels, each one earned its legendary status. Which one's your favorite? Let's find out. Let's kick things off with a bike that redefined high performance in the early 70s, the Kawasaki Z1 900 Super 4. Launched in 1972, the Z1 900 was Kawasaki's answer to the Honda CB750. Powered by a 903cc inline-4 engine, it churned out 82 horsepower and had a top speed of 130 miles per hour, making it the fastest production motorcycle of its time. Priced at $1,895, about $11,000 today, the Z1 was an instant hit, but what makes it rare isn't its production numbers. It's the early original models that collectors covet. The first batches featured distinctive details, like the unique double overhead camshaft decal and an unmistakable candy brown and orange paint scheme. The Z1 wasn't just fast, it was durable and reliable, traits that made it a favorite among racers and long-distance riders. Kawasaki produced plenty of Z1s over the years, but finding an original 1972 or 1973 model in mint condition today is like striking gold. These bikes were the blueprint for modern sport bikes, and their value has skyrocketed among collectors. Fun fact, the Z1 earned the nickname King of Motorcycles, and for good reason. It was the undisputed ruler of the road. When it comes to exotic Italian craftsmanship, the MV Agusta 750S is a name that turns heads. Produced between 1970 and 1975, this stunning bike was a masterpiece both in terms of performance and design. At its heart was a 743cc inline-4 engine, delivering 69 horsepower and a top speed of 120 miles per hour. That might not sound like much today, but back then, it was enough to cement the 750S as a high-performance marvel. The rarity of the 750S comes down to its limited production numbers. Fewer than 600 were ever built. Priced at a steep $6,500 in the 1970s, a jaw-dropping $40,000 today, the 750S wasn't for the average rider. It was a status symbol, a rolling work of art designed to be as exclusive as it was fast. The bike's hand-built nature meant that every detail was meticulously crafted, from its gorgeous red, white, and blue paint scheme to its intricate mechanical components. Today, the MV Agusta 750S is a collector's dream, fetching six-figure prices at auctions. Fun fact, the 750S was often referred to as the Ferrari of motorcycles, and just like the cars, it's a symbol of luxury and speed. Norton's John Player Special is not just a motorcycle. It's a piece of racing history wrapped in a stunning package. Released in 1974, this limited edition bike was a tribute to Norton's racing success in the Isle of Man TT and other prestigious events. Built around the iconic Norton Commando, the John Player Special featured a 828cc twin-cylinder engine producing 58 horsepower with a top speed of 115 miles per hour. What set this bike apart was its full fairing, inspired by Norton's racing machines. The sleek aerodynamic design and distinctive white and blue livery made it look like it had just rolled off a racetrack. Priced at $2,500 back then, about $15,000 today, the John Player Special was a premium offering aimed at enthusiasts who wanted a taste of racing glory. Norton only produced a few hundred of these bikes, making them incredibly rare today. Collectors prize them for their unique combination of style, performance, and historical significance. Fun fact, the bike was named after John Player and Sons, a tobacco company that sponsored Norton's racing team. Despite its ties to cigarettes, the bike was anything but slow. It was a true thoroughbred of the 1970s. The Jota 1000 was a powerhouse from Italy that quickly gained a reputation as one of the fastest bikes of its era. Released in 1976, the Jota was powered by a 981cc triple-cylinder engine that produced an impressive 90 horsepower and had a top speed of 146 miles per hour. It was, quite simply, a rocket on two wheels. What made the Jota special wasn't just its speed. It was the attention to detail, and the fact that it was largely built for enthusiasts by enthusiasts. Laverda worked closely with British importers to fine-tune the Jota for maximum performance, making it a bike that felt at home on both the street and the track. Priced at around $3,300 back then, about $20,000 today, the Jota wasn't cheap, but its exclusivity and performance justified the price tag. Its rarity lies in its limited production numbers and the fact that many of the original models were raced hard, making well-preserved examples a rare find today. Fun fact, the name Jota comes from a Spanish dance, reflecting the bike's lively and dynamic character. It's no wonder the Laverda Jota remains one of the most sought-after performance bikes of the 1970s. The Ducati 750 Supersport is one of the most iconic motorcycles ever produced, and its roots lie deep in racing history. Inspired by Ducati's legendary victory at the 1972 Imola 200, the 750 Supersport was introduced in 1974 as a limited production high-performance machine. Its 748cc V-twin engine produced 73 horsepower and propelled the bike to a top speed of 130 miles per hour. What made this bike truly special was its exclusivity. Only around 400 were ever produced in the original green and silver color scheme. At $2,900, about $18,000 today, it was expensive, but worth every penny for those who craved Italian engineering excellence. The 750 Supersport featured advanced technology for its time, including desmodromic valve control, which allowed for precise engine performance at high RPMs. This bike wasn't just about speed, it was a work of art, with its streamlined bodywork and attention to detail. Today, the Ducati 750 Supersport is a collector's dream, with auction prices easily exceeding six figures. Fun fact, every 750 Supersport was hand-assembled in Bologna, making each one a unique masterpiece. It's a bike that remains a symbol of Ducati's commitment to performance and style. The BMW R90S wasn't just a motorcycle. It was a statement of intent from the German manufacturer. Released in 1973, the R90S was designed to prove that BMW could build a high-performance bike capable of taking on the best from Japan and Italy. Powered by a 898cc twin-cylinder engine, it produced 67 horsepower and reached a top speed of 124 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest production bikes of its time. The R90S stood out not only for its performance but also for its stunning design. The two-tone paint job with its iconic smoke finish in Daytona orange or silver smoke made it an instant head-turner. It was also one of the first production bikes to feature a factory-installed fairing, improving both aerodynamics and rider comfort. Priced at $3,500 back then, around $21,000 today, the R90S wasn't cheap, but it offered a blend of luxury, performance, and reliability that few could match. Its rarity comes from the fact that many early models were raced, and finding one in pristine condition today is a challenge. Fun fact, the R90S won the first ever AMA Superbike Championship in 1976, cementing its place in motorcycle history as a true pioneer. The Harley-Davidson XR750 is a bike that doesn't just live in the history books, it's a legend. Introduced in 1970, the XR750 was designed as a flat-track racer, and it quickly became the most dominant machine in the sport's history. Powered by a 748cc V-twin engine, it produced 82 horsepower, which might not sound groundbreaking today, but on the dirt ovals where it raced, it was unmatched. The XR750's rarity lies in its purpose-built nature. This wasn't a bike you could just walk into a dealership and buy. It was designed for competition, and only a limited number were produced each year for racers. Its $3,200 price tag back then, around $19,000 today, was steep, but it was worth it for those who wanted to dominate the track. Over the years, the XR750 racked up countless victories, and its legacy was solidified by none other than Evel Knievel, who used the bike for many of his iconic stunts. Today, the XR750 is a collector's dream, with well-preserved models fetching premium prices. Fun fact, the XR750 is still considered one of the greatest flat-track bikes ever made, and its influence can still be seen in modern racing machines. Honda CBX 1000 wasn't just a motorcycle. It was an engineering marvel. Introduced in 1978, the CBX 1000 was powered by a jaw-dropping 1047cc inline-six engine that produced 105 horsepower. With a top speed of 140 miles per hour, it was one of the fastest and most powerful bikes of its time, earning it the nickname the six-cylinder wonder. The CBX 1000's rarity isn't due to limited production numbers. It's because of its audacity. Honda pulled out all the stops to create a bike that was as much a statement as it was a machine. The inline-six engine was a work of art, with its wide profile and glorious exhaust note that sounded like a Formula One car. Priced at $4,200 in 1978, around $25,000 today, the CBX 1000 was expensive, and its size and weight made it challenging for less experienced riders. Despite these drawbacks, it remains a cult classic among collectors, with original models in pristine condition commanding top dollar. Fun fact, the CBX 1000's engine was inspired by Honda's racing heritage, specifically its six-cylinder Grand Prix machines. It's a bike that embodies the company's motto, the power of dreams. The Suzuki GT750, affectionately nicknamed the Water Buffalo, was a groundbreaking bike for its time. Released in 1971, it was the first Japanese motorcycle to feature a liquid-cooled engine, a 738cc two-stroke triple-cylinder that delivered 67 horsepower. With a top speed of 110 miles per hour, the GT750 wasn't just about performance. It was also a smooth and comfortable ride. What made the GT750 rare wasn't its production numbers, but its unique engineering. The liquid cooling system set it apart from its air-cooled competitors, giving it a futuristic edge. At $1,500, about $9,000 today, it was competitively priced, making it accessible to riders who wanted cutting-edge technology without breaking the bank. The GT750 earned its nickname from its hefty weight and water-cooled engine, which was an unusual feature at the time. It became a favorite among touring riders, but finding one in mint condition today is a challenge due to the wear and tear most endured on long journeys. Fun fact, the GT750 was known for its distinctive exhaust sound, described as a mix between a whistle and a roar. It was a bike that turned heads, not just for its performance, but also for its unique personality. At the top of our list is the Moto Guzzi V7 Sport, a bike that combined elegance, innovation, and performance in one unforgettable package. Released in 1971, the V7 Sport was powered by a 748cc transverse V-twin engine that produced 52 horsepower, allowing it to reach a top speed of 120 miles per hour. While those numbers might not seem groundbreaking, the V7 Sport's handling and stability set it apart from the competition. The V7 Sport was the first Moto Guzzi designed specifically as a sport bike, and it featured a low frame and advanced suspension for its time. Priced at $2,200, about $13,000 today, it was aimed at riders who valued both performance and sophistication. What makes the V7 Sport truly rare is its production numbers. Only a limited number of early models were built, and even fewer have survived in pristine condition. Collectors prize these bikes for their classic design, which includes Moto Guzzi's signature shaft drive and distinctive fuel tank shape. Fun fact, the V7 Sport was developed with input from racing legend Lino Tanti, who helped refine its chassis for superior handling. It's a bike that remains a symbol of Moto Guzzi's commitment to blending tradition with innovation. And there you have it, 10 rare performance motorcycles from the 1970s that still turn heads today. From groundbreaking engineering to stunning designs, these bikes pushed the boundaries of what was possible on two wheels. While they may be hard to find now, their legacy lives on in the hearts of collectors and enthusiasts alike. Which one is your favorite? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more trips down memory lane with the greatest bikes in history.